shit hit. How y'all doing? We back. Another rendition of Man Look in association with Ridin Hot Podcast. It's your boy Daddy Cree, and we back at it again with today's guest. I got my boy John Bell.
What it do, man? How y'all doing?
We had a little situation to where it's gonna just be me and him, but that's all right, man. We're gonna really get into it, you know. And as y'all know, today's topic was about, you know, single parents, single fathers raising daughters, single mothers raising sons by themselves, man. And we're gonna still try to tap into that, you know, the single mothers raising sons. I'm gonna just give my perspective on the things, even though I'm not a single mother. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully anybody within the comments, if one of you sisters jump on there, you know what I'm saying, y'all could throw something in the comments, and man, we'll feed off of that and we'll continue to go, man. Before we even start, man, I want my boy to introduce himself, man, let y'all know who he is and how he puts on for the city of Corpus Christi. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and introduce yourself,
look,
bro.
Yeah, y'all already know, go by Coalition MC Big Better Kid, host of the Friday night pregame show. Y'all know, home cooking artist of the week, Where It's At Mix, just all around dude. I just be in the community all around. We on fire, chairperson. We can't wait to put that back on. If you out and about, then you know what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I really don't need to. I really don't need to flex.
The city know who Big Bell the Kid is.
I really don't need to flex.
I always been a humble dude, man. First of all, brother, let us know where you from.
Well, first of all, originally I'm from California, Bay Area, Santa Clara County, California. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised. Well, not raised, but just born out there. Kind of raised, but mostly out here. But yeah, so when I lived in California, my mom's side of the family is from California. My dad's side of the family is kind of from out here. So my mother and my father split up at my young age. I was probably like 3 when they split up, and so most of the time I was with my mom, you know. And from what I can remember, you know, my mom was working a lot. Went to school, did a lot of shit while we was at babysitter's house. You know what I'm saying? But watching her do what she had to do in order for her to provide. Because I remember we used to stay in an apartment. Then one day we moving into a house.
Yeah. So she was grinding.
So my mom was grinding. One day we had we kept having that bum rides from people. Yeah. Then one day my mama got a car. Then she got a better car. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, you know, I'm a kid. I don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now, looking back at it, I just appreciate how she instilled a lot of shit in me in order for me to be the person I am today.
What brought you to Corpus Christi?
Actually, what brought me to Corpus Christi is kind of on the topic of at hand. Yeah. At the time when I came out here, when I finally just moved out here, I was at a pretty hard crossroad in my life where I kind of needed some male guidance, and I didn't have anywhere else to look other than my father.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to make this elaborate escape plan. I had to make this elaborate escape plan. I really don't want to get into detail again because I've already told the story. Yeah. But I at the time I needed my dad. Yeah. And it was some things where I couldn't. My mom showed me a lot of things, taught me a lot of things, but it was just some shit that she just couldn't. I couldn't talk to her about. I couldn't ask her about because she wasn't a man. Yeah. You know, and I needed that guidance, so I came out here.
And what was the type? So you came out here to stay with your pops?
Yeah,
right?
To stay with my pops. Yeah.
So what was you and your pops' relationship like growing up?
So the first memories I have of my father is just him on the phone, you know, talking to me, type shit. I really don't have no memories of that. I mean, memories of him just like, you know, taking me places and stuff like that. Yeah. Outside of him just like being there every day, no. But we would have a lot of conversations. So like if I got in trouble with my mom, it wasn't like he was at the house whooping my ass. Like I get verbally cussed out over the phone type shit, and it's like it's not the same. Yeah, it's definitely not the same. It's definitely not the same. So once I got out here and my dad kind of was like, okay, well, this is how it's gonna go. If you're gonna stay here, these are some rules. And I'm still in school at this time too, so it's either listen to these rules or fucking be asked out, type shit. So the rules was if I was gonna stay there, I would have to get my fucking high school diploma. I would either, if I wasn't playing sports, and I would be, I have a job or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So already off the jump, me getting there, like discipline was already being instilled. Yeah. Something that I was lacking with moms, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to shit on moms or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, already off the jump, nigga, this is how it's gonna go. Woo, woo, woo. And I stuck to that. Yeah. You know? Okay. I stuck to that. And that's another thing that you know what I'm saying, that how I parent today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So already off the jump, just having that boundary set and me respecting that boundary, and then me excelling because I did end up getting my fucking high school diploma early type shit. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So just off that, the boundaries and the respect already came. So as time passed, a little time, like as soon as I got there, maybe like a year after, my pops had a major heart attack, stroke, had to have a triple bypass surgery. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, you know, help him out with that. My sister came out here, and we had to help out with that. So that, you know, brought us a little closer too, you know. And then when my sister had my niece, I saw how he was with my niece as his granddaughter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, well, you know, he wasn't there for us. Yeah. But I see him being there for the next generation type shit. So that kind of made me respect him. Like, that made me drop my disdain for him and build more respect towards him. Whatever little feelings you had, you know what I'm saying? Watching how you move with your niece help you, you know, move past those type of feelings and those emotions. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Which is like something that like would something like the father figure kind of instills in the boy. You know what I'm saying? From growing up with just your mother. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that the man and the woman are two different individuals, man. I don't care what nobody say. We're equal, but we are different. You know what I'm saying? And women are more of the nurturing type. You know what I'm saying? Whereas for that, there's a possibility that you can get away with a lot of things that you get away with mom with, that you can't get away with dad. For real. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And the reason why I know that is because I myself too was raised by my father, but not because my mother they were separated, anything like that. Is because my mom passed away when I was young, so it was just me and my pops. You know what I'm saying? So as me growing up with my dad, just me and him, and him still having to work, I had to he taught me how to cook. Mm-hmm. He taught me how to wash my clothes. Mm-hmm. He taught me how to sew my clothes. You know what I'm saying? He taught me all these things that you might watch a woman do, but to be self-sufficient as a man, you know what I'm saying? So I totally get what you're saying. Okay, being a single father of a daughter, and I've kind of been able to watch you through Facebook and personal interactions, like seeing you at here and this place, that place, and you happen to have your daughter with you. You know what I'm saying?
what type of relationship do you have with your daughter's mother?
Me and my daughter's mom, we co-parent very well. Outside of that, I really don't be in her business like that.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so, because she has a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Without saying too much. So I try to be there for her, but not try to do too much. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So no mixed emotions, no feelings get cross the line. I know exactly what you're saying, bro.
But we co-parent very well. If she ever needed something from me, she got it. But as far as like any extra, like I just try not to involve myself with it. Like, I don't know. It's just wild. It's crazy because certain things happen, you know, but it is what it is. But so I just try not to cross that boundary. So we co-parent very well when it's time.
Yeah, and I think that's when the couples are separated and there's children involved, that's one of the main things that need to be able to be done. You know what I'm saying? Is to be able to co-parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what this person doing or that person doing or who that person's with or who that person with, we got to remember there's a child involved. So all that extra shit that we got going on, it gets put out the window or it gets put on hold when it comes to this child.
Big facts.
Nothing should ever come before the child.
Right.
Especially when you bring in a child. Now, I'm about to get fucking emotional. Especially when it comes to bringing a child into this world, man. Because, and that's just not, you know, I ain't trying to be like, no type of way, because I know how situations can get for either parent on both sides when it comes to dealing with like a narcissistic baby mama or baby daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How a nigga might not want to do nothing for his child because, she with a new nigga now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the first thing they would tell your nigga to do that shit. You know
like
what I'm saying? That shit is weak,
that shit
bro.
is corny to me.
That shit is weak.
That shit is corny to me.
Or whereas a female, because you got a new female, you know what I'm saying?
You can't see your baby. Yeah, that shit weak too.
Shit like that. And you know, not jumping off subject, but I want to use the Cardi B in the Offset situation right quick. And like what we're talking about right now, like we know that they've going through a breakup right now, and both of them are kind of being like petty. You know what I'm saying? Both of them are really being petty. But the other day, Cardi posted a picture of the little boy with the same hairstyle as the new boyfriend.
Right,
you know
as Stephon, right? Yeah.
Stephon Diggs. Now, believe me, bro, that was a nigga I don't like you move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you have, like, I seen a couple of posts where like women are telling or saying that, like, oh, why this nigga gonna, cause he made a post at him and I crashed out behind my son, then, you know, my child didn't, I'm stupid or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But what a lot of people don't understand, like, no matter what we go through, we don't involve the children. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing that, like, you know, if Cardi want to be petty, be petty. Offset, you want to be petty about some shit, nigga, because you probably can't move on or she probably can't move on. Y'all do that. But we don't play with the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
that's wild to me.
You can't play with a person behind a child, man. You know what I'm saying? And for me, her personally doing something like that, you know what I'm saying, is jugging at a situation that's already fucked up.
Super.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like this. Okay, what if he took Culture, you know, and her coaching the baby and his girlfriend taking pictures dressed alike. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, Cardi ain't gonna try to, nigga, you know how Cardi is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's a very loud and outspoken, rambunctious individual, bro. She wouldn't have that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of females in that situation choose Cardi's side. And the only reason why I'm telling myself back, man, only reason why they choosing a side because you're that type of woman, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas will crash out.
Behind their kids.
Behind their kids. Niggas will crash out, especially a nigga that love his kids.
Yes.
Now, whatever they're saying about each other, ain't nobody there. We're not in their relationship. If Cardi say that nigga deadbeat daddy,
Then who are we?
I don't know.
Right.
I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know she's in her feelings. I know he's in her feelings. He's posting extra shit too. You know what I'm saying? I know he's in his feelings. Well, as for myself, man, like I always said this, bro. I always said this when it comes to dealing with, you know, your exes and stuff like that. When you putting them on blast, when you going out
tick
in
for
front
tat,
of everybody,
type
tick for
shit.
tat, my nigga, that look bad on you too. That okay, if that person is such that person, nigga, what type of person for you to involve yourself with a person like that, man?
Multiple times.
You see what I'm saying? So for myself, I never personally do any of the mother of my children like that because why? We got even at this age, you know, all my children are grown. You know what I'm saying? I got grandkids, but I would never blast them. We'll do this face to face. You know what I'm saying? We can do this face to face. It'll never be for the public to see. You know what I'm saying?
And that's that's the way I am too. Like I would never say nothing bad, like in front of my daughter, in front of anybody. But we can talk. Right. Like I can talk to her any kind of way, and I'm not even saying it like any kind of way, like I'm belittling her or something like that. But we can have that conversation. But we can have those conversations though. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for the social media. It's not for me being petty. It's not for her being petty. Type shit. So so they both out of pocket, in my opinion as well.
Most
you know,
definitely. I think they both are too. So how long have you been raising your daughter by yourself?
Well, okay, so first of all, I really don't want to say like I'm doing it by myself. I have a wonderful village, and my village really has my back when it comes to my daughter. So, but me being a single dad, I've been in my daughter's life since day one. I cut her goddamn umbilical cord. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've been there since since 12/22/16. That's how deep I've been with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody call her one thing, I call her Kyrie, and everybody look at me crazy when I'm calling her because I call her what everybody else don't call her type shit. Yeah. But man, look, I'm with my daughter all the time. You know, I always take her daddy-daughter dates. My daughter very young, you know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure that she knows that she one of them ones off the rip.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. So every time I come for my daughter, it's nothing less than what we doing, daddy? We doing this. Whatever you want. Whatever you know what I'm saying? Like I come with that energy when it comes to my daughter.
Yeah. That's what's up. What's up?
One of the questions he's trying to ask is how long has it been since you and like baby mama have been together as like a two-parent household? Like how long have you been?
I don't. Okay, so I really wouldn't consider it a two-parent. We had a two-parent household. My baby mama was staying with me at a time, and once we decided to go our separate ways, she obviously didn't stay with me anymore, and we haven't been like together since like I don't know, maybe a few months since after my daughter was born, you know, and it was a lot. My daughter's mom was staying with me, put me on child support, wasn't working, like so it was just a lot. So once the straw that broke the camel's back happened, she had to go, and that's why I say we co-parent very well.
And from that point to where she had to go, your daughter's been in the home.
Yeah, my daughter's been with me. Yeah, because like I said, I really don't want to. I'm not trying to say too much, or I'm not trying to do too much.
We don't got to go
you know?
on top of it.
So my daughter ended up being in my custody, and since me and my baby mama split up.
Okay. What are some of the as a no, how old is she now? About 8, right?
Yeah, she 8.
What are some of the earlier steps you having her by yourself? You know what I'm saying? The things that kind of like wasn't nobody there to show you that you like had.
Okay, so this is a crazy thing. Before I had my daughter, like I was saying earlier, like how I watched my dad with my daughter, with my sister's daughter, my niece. I actually was with my niece a lot too.
Okay.
Because my niece's father is also incarcerated. He's been incarcerated for a while. So, I'm also an uncle as well.
Yeah.
So my niece, my oldest niece, I was taking care of her like since she was a baby as well.
Yeah.
So through her, I learned how to change diapers, do bottles, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
You went through boot camp a little bit.
Yeah, I went through training camp a little bit with my niece.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
So when I had my daughter, it wasn't like I didn't know what to do, but some of the shit, like most of the time I would have my niece, I'd have her like 3 or 4 hours and my sister get off work and she go back to her mom. Yeah. Okay. But when I had AK, like full time, it was like, oh, okay, this is a little different. Yeah, this is a little different. This is a little different. And I don't know, like, cause one crazy story. One day, AK was, I don't know, maybe a little less than a year. I thought I put her down for a nap. Went outside to calm myself a little bit. Yeah. Shit. I had to go calm myself a little bit. So I'm thinking my daughter is in her little plaything sleep. I'm outside chilling. I go back in the room where she at. This little girl is up smearing shit all over her, like head to toe and shit, and laughing about it, like. And I ain't never, my niece ain't never did that with me. You know what I'm saying?
New experience.
So I was like, okay, this is new. So through me taking care of helping with my niece, I kind of. Yeah. Okay. Bet. Yeah. So me with my niece, I kind of already knew what was going on, but I didn't know to the extent of what children actually do.
Can get into.
Yeah, what can get into. Like, as soon as you take your eyes off them little motherfuckers, they into something. Yeah. You know? So, but it was cool. Like, me and my daughter thugged it. Like, like, we thugged it. We made it happen. And like I said, I have a wonderful village. So like I'm not gonna sit here and take all the credit. The village I have is wonderful, and without them, it really does. It really does.
Village on both sides, from being a single mother or a single father.
For real, it really does take a village, because without my village, I don't think I could have got my bachelor's. Yeah. And that's being 100% honest. Yeah. Like without my village, like I wouldn't have been able to go to school. I wouldn't have been able to chase my dream without my village. Yeah. And I'm super thankful for my village, and I really wouldn't know what I would do without them. Yeah.
Well, like we know when couples separate or stuff like that, usually the mother takes the child, the children, you know what I'm saying? And then somewhere down the line, she gets involved in a relationship, and here comes Joe. We just say with Joe. Joe comes to the situation. How important it is for AK to know that I'm the man in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like real talk, man. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because from experience, being in a relationship with somebody who's got children, daughters, I'm just saying daughters, and the father just ain't there, man. Ample time. Because this is how I am, man. When I get in a relationship, and I'm going to say it right now, if you want to deal with me, if you ain't got no kids, we can't fuck with each other. I swear to God. If the female ain't got one child, at least one child, I don't care if the nigga grown or the girl grown, but if you ain't got one child in your life, we can't be together. You know what I'm saying? But just from experiencing, man, I've experienced the absence of a father, man, and then the children, you're doing the best that you can to make sure that they get the male experience, the father type love,
Facts.
and things like that. That to where the children start to, if not even just the children, all of them, just at least one of them, go to feeling like, well, you know what, this is my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because these type of things happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So going back to the question at hand, how important is it for AK to know that, hey man, out of all the men, I'm the man?
Like I said, I think at this point she already know that, because it don't matter how many days in a row that I see my daughter, right? She gives me the same energy. Like I can go pick her up from day camp tomorrow, right? And she'll, Daddy, running. But she'll drop whatever the fuck she doing, Daddy. So I think she already knows, like, no matter what. And I tell her every time I see her, no matter how big you get, no matter how old you are still going to be my baby.
Yeah.
Like, I tell her that every time I see her. I always tell my daughter I love her. I always, like, kiss my daughter on the forehead, on the cheek, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see my daughter, like, I show her so much affection, because, like, I want her to know, like, daddy is going to be here. Like, you know, daddy's love is unconditional.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. What are like, over the courses of the years, you said she's 8 years old, some of the fondest experience that you've had raising your daughter from the baby stage to the stage she is now?
Okay, so my daughter is very, like, smart. My daughter is very outgoing. It's just crazy watching a little human being that you created grow up and start being their own person. Yeah. You know? So it went from me giving her Coco Melon to watch, me giving her whatever to watch to make her be quiet, to telling me, Daddy, I want to watch Bluey. Daddy, I want to watch this. It went from me feeding her whatever I was cooking at the time. It didn't matter what it was. I chop it up and she'll eat it. Now she's telling me, Daddy, I would like some chicken. Daddy, I want some mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I'm proud of, like, last year, my daughter ran summer track. No, matter of fact, it was right before her school. It was field day. It wasn't track. It was field day, right? So she was running with her class, and the whole class lined up to race. One kid tripped her, right? And she ended up getting up and finishing the race, right? But she was so pissed off. She was like, I want to race with the third graders. Can I go race with the third graders? And I'm watching it. Like, yeah. I'm not telling her nothing. I'm sitting here watching this happen. Yeah. I want to race against the third graders. And she's going to the coach. Coach, can I race? The coach ain't have an answer. She went to another coach. The coach said, line up. She went and the coach told her line up, and she went to go line up. I was like, okay, let me see what happens. She made sure she didn't stand by nobody. On your mark, you said go. She came in third. She only lost to two little boys. Yeah. So I was like, okay, she got that dog in her. She got that dog in her. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't say anything. She didn't come up to me. I just in that moment, I watched her, like, have a moment, figure it out, and rise to the occasion. Yeah. You know, and that's probably, like, one of the proudest moments I've had so far as being a dad, and I know she's gonna have many more moments like that because of what she did right there. And I was like, bruh, like, even though she came in third, like, she was the first girl. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, in third grader, and the third at the time, yeah, she raced the third grader. So I was like, bruh, you the fastest second grader and third grader, nigga. You're not even in the third grade. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just watching her just become her own person is just, like, amazing to me, you know? And even though she's 8, like I try to give her the freedom of an 8-year-old. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. I don't want to have my daughter like programmed.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
I don't want to have her programmed. She's smart enough to make her own decision. Now, do I want to guide her in the right direction?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I don't want to force my daughter to do anything that she doesn't want to do. You know? And I want her to be able to find her own, and I want to be right there to support her when she finds her own.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. What has been some of the toughest experiences that you've had so far?
I just, you know, I don't know if this may be petty. This may be a petty thing. Yeah. I can't seem to keep her fucking hair dead. I can't seem to keep her fucking hair dead.
But we're not taught to do hair though, John. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like when I came up, I wasn't playing with Barbies and brushing hair and combing hair and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I see why that I should have been with my sister doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter has thick C4 type shit hair. She has really thick hair, and if I comb it, I would have to start. If I do my daughter's hair before I have to be somewhere, I would have to start 2 hours before I would have to get myself ready because. Yeah, bro, I can't because all of this is still gonna be toe up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I be damned if I let this little black baby have a ponytail and frizzy hair. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta start like 2 hours ahead just to start getting her hair ready. Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
This girl, this woman in the chat say, get her a stepmommy. The race name. Get her a stepmommy.
Oh man, but yeah, that's probably like my hardest thing because I keep her fly like. Yeah. Clothes, nothing. She don't want for nothing. Every time she do something, like I always reward her. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always telling her the ins and outs of life, the rights or wrong. Life's about choices. No matter what choice you make in life, whether it's good or bad, you gotta stand on your shit. I just tried to instill in her early what I learned late. You know? So that way she doesn't, grow up with a sense of entitlement or sense of anybody owes her type shit. Yeah. I just want my daughter to get it out the mud and have fun doing it. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's probably the hardest shit is keeping her hair dead. That's funny. That's because she got thick ass hair. Thick ass hair.
What has been like the easiest thing for you to do?
The easiest thing?
Yeah, like that like you don't have no problem with. You know what I'm saying?
Like just being there. Just being there. Like
that's a beautiful question. That's a beautiful answer.
Just being there, like I just don't get it. I don't get how a person can have a kid and they do these great things, even though some people may look at it, it's just a kindergarten graduation. They just learn colors and shit. Bro, I'm finna be there loud and proud. Like, what? Yeah. Nigga, you learn the shit out them colors. And you learn the shit out them numbers, right? But just being there for my kid. Like, my daughter can call me, Daddy, I'm doing this, and can you come? What? I'm there. You say no more. What time? It start at 10. Okay, I'm there. 9:30, I'm there. You gonna see me front and center, like for her graduation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had car problems. I ain't having a car. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to hop in the Uber to go to her shit. Yeah. My sister called me and was like, "Hey, I'm about to go to work. You want to use my car?" Psh, man, let me drop your ass off at work. With the quickness. Say, man, what? So like I don't know, like just being there for my kid. That's probably the best. Not even just for my kid, for my nieces as well. You know what I'm saying? Cause I just love the kids. Like I love my girls. Like I just being there for them. So just that, you know, and I want to make sure that they know no matter what, they uncle or her daddy is here for them.
Yeah, that's what's up. Being a father who's raising his daughter, man, you know, like we see what's going on out in this world with women. You know what I'm saying? How like, and I'm not speaking about all of them, but like how today women move. You know what I'm saying? How if a nigga ain't got no money, a nigga ain't got shit. You know, so all these different type of things. You know what I'm saying? What are some of the things that I can think of? This mentality that's being pushed today, man, which I don't think is conducive to the growth and development of a young lady becoming a woman. You know what I'm saying? But what are some of the rules and things that you instill in AK that is helping her not only to be, you know, to be to enjoy life as a child, but to also have discipline about herself and to you know, go through life knowing what to do and what not to do. Because the reason why I'm asking, because these things start when the child is a child. You know what I'm saying? You can't coddle them so much so ever without instilling them enough to leave them with some type of responsibilities about themselves and things of that nature. So what are some type of the rules that you and discipline that you instill in AK at this age right now?
Okay, so first of all, anytime I always tell my daughter, respect your elders, no matter what. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. At all time. No matter who you talking to, if they older than you, show them respect. Do not talk unless you are spoken to when it comes to adults. I tried to make sure that she needs to try her best. Whatever she wants to do, she needs to try it at her best. Don't half-ass nothing in life. If you start something, finish it. I always try to instill little things. Just show up no matter what. If you don't feel like it. So like I try to use me going to school example, right? So my daughter was old enough to understand what was going on maybe like last year before I graduated. So I was just telling her like, okay, well, before I was letting her know before she was born, I started going to school. Daddy went to school, but he wasn't going like at his maximum, like he wasn't doing his best. Yeah. And he got dropped because he wasn't doing his best. Right? Now, because I wasn't doing my best here, I couldn't do what I wanted to do in life, in my career. I had to find other shit to do to support myself. Yeah. Right? Now, when I wanted to get serious about school, I had to jump through XYZ to get back into school, right? So I made a plan, boom, 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 and accomplished my plan and got back in school, right? So now I have a kid this time around. Now I'm in school, so there's no way that I can spend 12, 14, 15 hours at school, right? So let me break this shit down into 3 classes, 4 classes a semester. Boom, boom, boom. And let me, you know what I'm saying, find a time where everybody's at work, my daughter's at school, and I can go to school, and if I need to, I can leave. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I started picking. I'm telling her, I said, look, I wasn't trying to graduate the first day. I was just trying to make sure that I'm taking
the steps to graduate.
Steps to graduate. And now I'm getting ready to graduate, and you're getting ready to watch me finish the steps that I started way back before you even born. Now, this goes back into me saying, always finish what you started.
Yeah. It ain't about how you started, it's about how you finish.
Yeah,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
that's good, man. I commend you on that, bro.
Just like how we watched the game right now,
yeah.
And Indiana was getting their ass kicked, and they just came back and won. Shit, that's the perfect example. Just I always make sure, hey, go back and start what you finish, even if you take little chunks out. Enough chunks is gonna make the foundation fumble, and you're gonna get to your goal. Yeah. And now that I graduated, and she saw the fruits of my labor, and I told her that's because of the steps that I took and me not quitting, even though life said quit. Yeah, you know. So those are the type of things I want to instill in my daughter young. Like, go out and go get it. Go get it on your own. Don't depend on nobody. You're very smart. You know what I'm saying? You're going to grow up and be a beautiful young lady. But you got to go get it. Yeah.
No handouts.
No handouts. Yeah. Like, you have to go and get it. And whatever field that you decide to go in, like, you have to make sure that's the field that you want to succeed in, that you feel comfortable in, and you can be on the top of your game. And I just want you to do that at the highest level. So those are the type of shits that I try to instill in my daughter. Just be a stand-up person. Be a stand-up human being. Before anything, be a stand-up human being.
That's what's up. Do you what are some of the things that, like, being a man that you know that, all right, I can teach, I can show AK how a man should act. Mm-hmm. I can show AK what a man is supposed to do as far as dealing with the woman, whether it's his daughter, whether it's his wife, his baby mother, whether it's his mom, his aunt, how a man is supposed to carry himself that way that when she gets old enough, you know what I'm saying, and she becomes a young lady and she's starting to pursue her things, that, like, I know what to look for in a guy, because I'm more than sure that, because you're a good dude, Bill. This is what I know for myself. I don't know what everybody else knows, but this is what I know for myself. A good enough guy to where, like, it's somebody that this type of individual is a good fit for a woman. You know what I'm saying? A good fit for a daughter. What are some of the things that, like, you know that you wish that, outside of, like, her grandparents, you know what I'm saying, the female side of the parents, you know what I'm saying, the female side of your family, some of the things that you know that, like, man, I'm a male and I can't teach my daughter this, you know what I'm saying, that you hope that she's able to grasp or she gets that type of teaching?
Okay, so if I'm understanding your question right, my sister, I have a younger sister, right? So my sister basically helps me in that area where I can't teach her how to be a woman.
Exactly. You know? Yeah.
But my sister, like, if you know who my sister is, then she really helps set the tone for me when it comes to getting in that space, in that area. Yeah. I keep speaking about my village. Yeah. Yeah, I keep speaking about my village because they're fucking awesome. Yeah. So I have some female friends that, you know, I can also hit up if my sister's busy at work. Yeah. And hey, can AK kind of plug your mic? Mine? Oh. There you go. We good? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I also have some female friends that I can also call up and be like, yeah, I'm having some problems that I can't, as a man, talk to my daughter about. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
And if they want to help, they'll be like, bring her over, and that's how I'm able to get that where I'm lacking at. If I answered your question right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have a village, and outside of our grandparents, I do have like maybe a handful of people, less than a handful of people I can call and get either some advice, or they'll tell me to pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But first of all, my sister does a wonderful job as being nanny.
Yeah.
she has a my daughter loves her aunt, so my sister helps out.
You don't have to go in depth to it, but if you don't want to, or you don't even have to answer the question. But what is one thing that like you came across that like, I need a female to show my daughter this? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need some female help on this one right here.
Man, look, it's I've already been like having them talks, if that makes sense. I've already been having them talks. It's like, damn, because I'm not trying to sound like I'm some kind of weirdo or no shit like that.
Yeah.
But I have friends that have daughters too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they be like, okay, well, my daughter started going through this at this age, so nigga, you better be ready for it to start going through this at this age. And I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So without saying too much, it's like that instance, hell yeah, I wish I had a woman outside of you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. In that instance, fuck yeah, I wish I had a girlfriend or some shit like that, like to actually get in depth like that. But I've already had talks with a few of my friends that have daughters, male and female, that have daughters, and they be like, bruh, like, you think shit sweet now, nigga? Wait till this happen, and then shit gonna get real when this start happening, and you better be motherfucking ready. So I'm not prepared, but I'm getting prepared. If that makes sense, you know.
What like in life, man, like a lot of us, myself included, have like went down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? To where like I was completely taken away from my families for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where I didn't have the opportunity mainly at the most detrimental points in my son's as well as my daughter's life. You know what I'm saying? That I was taken away from them where I couldn't instill the things that they needed to have instilled in them. You know what I'm saying? How important as a man, someone like yourself, Bill, who's has his bachelor, college graduate, how important is it for you to make sure that like put it like this, what are some of the things that you do and concentrate on that make sure that you stay on the right path, that you don't have to miss those type of times with your daughter? You know what I'm saying? That way you're there for the long haul.
Right.
As far as because a lot of us come up missing, man, and we leave our kids out here to fend for themselves, man. And it's, I ain't gonna tell you, that's one of the things that to this day, I've been home since 2013. I've been home since 2011. It's 2025. It's been 14 years, and man, I still to this day haven't forgiven myself. So even though my kids be like, man, Dad, we grown now, man, you can't keep holding that against yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whatever decision we make are all decisions. But myself, I sit back in the head, back in my head, and be like, man, you just don't remember what type of dad I was, man. You know what I'm saying? as to where how strict I was on y'all,
Right.
or things like that. Like I wish I would have never left y'all. You know what I'm saying? That way, there's a possibility that you could have went here or you could went there. But also as a believer, you know, in God, I believe everything
Happens for a reason.
For a reason. So I try to not stay in there because that's like totally going against the book that God
Right.
wrote out for me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So what are the things that you do, you know what I'm saying, to keep yourself out of these type of positions, bro, to make sure that, hey, man, I'm going to do my best to stay in AK's life from the minute I got this goddamn tattoo on my arm to I leave Earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so knowing you had to, if you knew who I was,
This is
Yeah,
a good question
yeah.
too, because the background that you come from, the area that you come from too. So this is definitely
yeah, if you knew who I was, man, 12, 13, 14 years ago, bruh, like I'm a whole different person than I was, bruh. Like, bruh, I still stay in the same house, bruh. But when I first moved in my house, like I moved from the south side to where I live at now, right? And the first fucking thing I did when I got to that house, I think I moved there in like 2010, 2011. First thing I fucking did was call my partner from California. Start making plays, start jugging, start running it up. Like a year strong, doing the most illegal shit. Not getting caught. You know what I'm saying? Getting drunk every night. Getting stupid wasted every night. Doing dumbass shit that I should have been arrested for every fucking night. Right? So when I found out I was having my daughter, the moment I heard her heartbeat, I was like, bruh, I gotta stop this shit. I gotta stop doing this shit. If I don't, then my daughter is liable to not have a father.
Yeah.
Either on some jail shit or on some behind some street shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
So I was like, at that moment, what is it? What you gonna do? Are you gonna barbecue or you gonna meal do? And I decided to meal do. So I stopped doing stupid shit, went and got me a job working at WinCar. It was this distribution company. I get up like 2, 3 in the morning, go drive trucks, Uvalde, all these little small ass racist towns, people calling me niggers, all type of shit, all day, every day. And I'm delivering shit to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that shit. From me working there to working at S&Gs with Freak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From me working at S&Gs to applying at Wild 105, getting denied several times, to me getting picked up to be a beach reporter at Z95. So I've done all that shit. Yeah. I've done all the stupid shit. I got that shit out of my system. How I continue to stay out of the way now, not only am I a dad and a man first, I'm also a public figure. Yeah. So no matter, and I also represent one of the biggest station out here. So I also know that I can't be out here just doing stupid shit. Yeah. So if I'm not booked anywhere, if I'm not going to go support anybody, I'm at home with my kid. I'm at home in front of my TV playing Madden, PS5, Sparking Zero, jamming out. I'm learning how to DJ now. I'm studying MCs. I'm learning how to MC. I'm in my bag. I'm away from everybody, bruh. Cause I ain't got time. It's crazy out here. Every time that I'm not booked somewhere and I'm just at home chilling, I wake up the next morning. It's somebody either got shot, somebody then got jumped, somebody getting the brakes beat off of them, and I'm just like, damn. And I'm just like, damn. I'm glad I was not there. Damn. I'm glad that wasn't me. Damn. I'm so glad I'm laid up watching anime right now. Type shit. Yeah. So And not only what I do affects me, whatever decision I make affects my village. Yeah. Because then if I can't pick up my slack, my village got to pick up my slack. Yeah. And somebody got to pick up their slack. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? So I know I'm in I don't want to sound like I'm fucking conceited or some shit, but in my world, I am the cog. Yeah. I am the Jefe. Without Jefe, nothing fucking moves. Yeah. So Jefe has to be here. Yeah. So Jefe stays away. If Jefe is not booked or supporting, Jefe is in the house, not being dumb, not being crazy, not being out, making sure that
it's grown man shit.
Yeah, and
that's grown man.
Yes,
you know
it is. It is.
Grown man.
It is, cause like I said, I've been in the clubs since I'm like 15 with motherfucking wristbands. I can go to the bar at Hypnotic and get a $5 fish bowl at fucking 15. I've been doing this shit. So if that shit don't mean nothing to me now. Being here for my niece's track meet, who she just ran to that Cabinets Field. Being able to pull up on my daughter's second grade graduation. Being able to pull up to my niece's kindergarten graduation. That shit gangster to me.
Yeah, facts.
That shit gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do that shit than to be out with people that's gonna talk about people and then be in their face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Because if somebody play with me like that, like even though I do work for the radio station, like I will still slap the shit out of somebody. Yeah. And I don't want to have to do that. So I stay away. Stay away.
Yeah, because it's easy. It's easy. Like with everything that's going on out here, man, it's really, really easy to get into something. Mm-hmm. It's so easy to get into something, man. You know, you gotta have like some type of self-control over yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're doing a hell of a job at that. Especially with this is Corpus Christi, man. As soon as we wake up and we scroll through Facebook, somebody done got the ass whooped, somebody done got robbed, somebody on mug shots, somebody in the Nueces County. What's the name, man? The
Chronica.
It's always something. It's always something. And to avoid those things, I commend you, and especially being in the game, man. Because when I had, man, at one point, man, like I was out of all my partners growing up, man, I was the first one to have a kid, and I was still in high school. You know what I'm saying? I was 17 years old when I had Jasmine. I still had one more year of school to go. You know what I'm saying? So growing up to like, I was about maybe 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? I've always worked, man. And you got to remember, man, back when I was working, nigga, minimum wage was $3.35, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
$3.35, nigga. You talking about making $300 every 2 weeks, nigga, on a check, and trying to survive out here. And then, I'm from the North End. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work every day, but my other partners, nigga, they out there on the block. Mm-hmm. When I'm making every fucking 2 weeks, these niggas is making an amount of hours. And we're talking about the late 80s, early 90s, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling like a motherfucker. It got to a point by the time I was 24, 25, I was working 3 jobs. 3 jobs. I went and put myself on child support. You can ask Fat Man. He went down there to the judge with me. I had all 3 of the mothers of my children in there. You know what I'm saying? Putting myself on child support. You know what I'm saying? One of them was like trying to mouth me off, and the judge stood up and told her, "You sit down. You sit down right now, because no man this don't happen.
Right.
This what he's doing right now don't happen, man. This man coming here to put himself on child support to make sure all y'all get what y'all get." But even then, bro, even back then, working 3 jobs, I still didn't have enough money to maintain, bro. We were still late on certain bills, man. You know what I'm saying? I would work at Floyd's restaurant in the morning, After that, I would go work at the Omni. I was a cook at Floyd's, and I was a houseman and a bartender at the Omni. And when I'm off from any one of those days, I'm at Amy's detail shop. You know what I'm saying? Working for my partner. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make me some extra change. And even doing that, man, after child support is distributed, man, and bills are paid, nigga, I can't take nobody out to eat. I can't take nobody to go buy clothes. I can't go do none of that shit, man.
Right.
I'm talking about none of that shit, man. And instead of continuing to fight in a good fight, I just gave up and said, you know what? Knocked on such, look, man, give me a 50 pack. You know what I'm saying? Give me a pack, man. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, because they know who I am, they're like, no. I mean, why ain't give you this? You know,
right.
so somebody that was close to me, like, no, I ain't give you this. I say, look, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to go somewhere else and get this, bro. And she told me, she said, I'm going to give you this one time. Don't ever come back. No, you can never get nothing else from me like this from me again. You
right.
come smoke some weed or some shit, but you can never get nothing like this else from me again. And I took that thing and I ran that bitch up to highs as you can fucking run it up. You know what I'm saying? It like when it comes to the game, man, it always starts as I'm just trying to take care of my family.
Right.
But when that shit start coming in, here comes the extra shit with it that you wasn't really looking for. Now that you're able to afford some clothes and, you know, you finally get the family a car and shit like that, now here comes the, well, shit, I gotta, you know, everybody else look good. I gotta start stepping out too. It goes from not just only taking care of your family no more, man. You wind up putting yourselves in the situations where you think you just doing what you doing. You ain't never been to prison, so you ain't even really worried about that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got it in your head with shit. If I get caught up, you know, nigga go. But then when your ass get down there, you done subjected yourself, nigga. You in your late 20s, early 30s, nigga, because that's how old I was when I went. You know what I'm saying? And you got a motherfucker who just graduated high school or just dropped out of college, and he's 20, 21 years old, coming there telling you to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Subjecting you to what, you know, a nigga out in the street couldn't even think about doing, or you can bust his shit. Mm-hmm. And you know that this individual right here, bitch, you wouldn't talk to me like that if we was outside these gates. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody, man, I ain't never been more humiliated than I have been in prison, man. And I'm talking about, at some points, I wasn't the one being humiliated. But with that dude getting humiliated, nigga, I'm really being humiliated too, because look what I subjected myself to, thinking that I'm getting to the bag, I'm trying to take care of my family and shit like that, but I'm gone now. These children of mine are raising themselves, especially these boys. And that's why I wish that we had a female here to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Women raising young men. And going into that, see, I know how young niggas can be, man. Mm-hmm. Especially when they start getting hair on their nuts and around their face, and they just there with their mama. You know what I'm saying? We go to thinking we are men early. You know what I'm saying? We go to thinking we're men early, man. We go to bucking. You know what I'm saying? You need to do this. You need to do that. You don't do it. Mm-hmm. What can she do? Outside of put you out, and you know she not gonna put you out,
right?
Because you still a fucking teenager, nigga. She know the laws will be on her ass, all these different type of shit, man. She can't put you out, man. But a nigga daddy not there, or she so. Sometimes this happens. She's so vindictive towards the daddy, she won't allow the nigga be in your life, so she trying to raise you on her own, knowing goddamn well she needs some type of fucking help, but she's too much in her pride that she don't do it. But now she don't realize what the fuck she's raising right now until that shit slap her in the goddamn face, man. Because I know young niggas, man, they can be manipulative towards their mother. Well, I know if I do this, my mama will give me this, my mama will give me that. And she don't do that, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that shit. Young boys manipulate their mamas like that. If they are not a mama's boy, if you're not a mama's boy, 9 times out of 10, that young nigga gonna try to manipulate you, man, into doing what the fuck he wanna do and to get what he get out of you. And that's why I've always said, man, when it comes to young boys, man, like women have a grace period when it comes to raising kids, right? Especially the son, man. when that young nigga get about 10 years old, when that young boy get about 10 years old, man, send that nigga to his daddy. Send him to, I don't care what condition that nigga daddy in. Long as that nigga not homeless, send that nigga to him. Send that boy to him. Make him become a better man. Because like Bell was saying, he got female friends and stuff like that to help him, and family members in this village to help his daughter do the female things that he cannot do for her. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all won't even let your fucking boyfriends raise the boy into being a man.
Right.
Y'all don't if y'all daddy don't do what y'all say, y'all take the kids away from the daddy because your daddy don't submit to your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because your daddy's your daddy, he's being a man, he won't submit to your bullshit. So you take the boy out of his care, or you don't let the OGs or the older boys on the outside who are doing good for themselves install discipline in them that what you can't. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no uncle to call because that nigga on dope. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that type of foundation for him, man. But that nigga daddy is there. Statistics show, man. Statistics show that 80% of single, and y'all go Google this, man. 80% of single mothers who are raising boys, that young man eventually go to jail. He eventually gets locked up. He eventually becomes a part of the system. And I'm not saying that it's your fault. I'm saying because he lacks the discipline of a man. Because all he's seen you do is cry. He's seen you argue in situations that should be talked about, and he pick up those, even though he's a man, he pick up those traits. He don't have the traits of a man where you got to think this shit out before you act, bro. You know what I'm saying? Females, they'll fight real quick. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. They'll go inside a bitch mouth real quick, man. Whereas a man, we gotta think this shit out first before we really go there. You know what I'm saying? You really, really, really got to disturb a man
to go there.
You gotta really mess with his family more than anything than his ego before he goes there. You know what I'm saying? And the ones who get caught up in their egos are the ones, majority of them are raised by a single mother, man. And this is why, and once again, I'm not blaming women, but this is why we have so many of these young niggas out here crashing out. Because they don't have the wherewithal. There wasn't an uncle there. There wasn't a grandfather there. There wasn't a big brother there. There wasn't a father figure in their life to show them these things. All a woman can do when it comes to raising a boy at a certain age is to show them what type of man that she would want. You know what I'm saying? To raise them like the type of man she think a man is. But the truth of the matter is you're not a man. You don't have the emotions of a man. Right. You don't have the temperament of a man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the thinking ability of a man. And I'm not talking about smarts. I'm talking about whereas a man has to think. Y'all don't do that. And whereas we don't think like women. You know what I'm saying? There's shit that we can't do that fucking women got this shit down to a T, bro. To the T. That makes a motherfucker successful. You know what I'm saying? That restrains us. That allows that shows us that, man, before you act out on this nigga, I need to have compassion. Women do have those type of things that must be taught as well, but this is why we have so many young boys out here crashing out, because your daddy not there, ain't no big brother, see, when I was young, bro, our aunties didn't come pick us up. Our aunts wasn't the ones that came and pick us up. It was our uncles. It was our brothers.
Right.
These are the dudes who came and picked us up. You know what I'm saying? Today, it's going over to your relative, to your cousin's house. Well, shit, he raised by his mama too. Ain't no man in the house. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I think, like we was talking about earlier, why it is conducive, man, to have co-parenting skills, good co-parenting skills, or for a man to have him a woman, or a woman to have them a man. You know what I'm saying? I really believe in the union type thing, man. And if you're a single parent, to have that type of village that you have, man, and hopefully, you know, a lot of these females can have men in their village too, that when that little dude ain't acting right, man, call your homeboy, man. And I'm not talking about your super thug homeboy. I'm talking about your homeboy that's out here successful, that's doing stuff, man, with himself, because men are impressionable to little boys, man. If that nigga super thugging, and that's all you sending your son around, that nigga gonna be super thugging too.
Thug.
Eventually, no matter what you telling him, he's gonna see all the coolness in that. We gotta show these young boys that, man, being a nerd is cool too.
Yep.
You know what
Big
I'm
facts.
saying? We gotta start showing these young boys and say, man, who do you think telling you what to do when you go to jail? Who do you think who making all these laws out here? Who do you think that's inside of your mouth when your teeth are fucked up?
Right.
Who do you think you're going to buy your jewelry from? Them are not street niggas.
Nope. Them is all nerds. Them is all nerds.
Them all the nerds.
Nerds.
When you get sick, when you got a cough like me, and you go to the doctor, who you think you're dealing with?
The motherfucking nerds.
Nerd, man.
The bookworm.
And we gotta
the
start
losers.
teaching. Yeah, we gotta start teaching our young boys that. Say, man, it's
real.
cool to be these dudes, man, because one thing about a woman, she can gloss up. She can glow up, bro, after so much. She can go back to school.
On everything.
Get her shit together and all that. Nigga's hard for a nigga to do that shit if you don't take care of that shit from the jump.
For real. It's for real. Take it from me, because even with me going back, like I said, like I was saying, like I had to jump through so many hoops, not only just to get back in school, but just to get my financial aid back, because I was getting paid to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to even start getting back paid for going to school, I had to get my grades right. I had to get my shit together, and that took some time. You know? So yeah, definitely, man. Like, if you got a village, use your village. Please use your village. Like, especially if you know, like, the motherfucker you trying to help out or trying to send your child to help out with, let them, especially if they got something going on for themselves. Like, I wouldn't let my daughter be talked to by somebody who's got some not positive shit going on. Yes, who's on some Willy Foo shit. Yeah. I would definitely not let my daughter be in somebody's face who got Willy Foo shit going on. But somebody who's successful, oh, for sure, go learn. Yeah. Go learn that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely use the shit out of my village, and I wouldn't be here without them.
That's cool, man. That's cool. What would you like when it comes to being a single parent? What are some of the things that you would like recommend? You know what I'm saying? As far as like getting yourself together, making sure you got your ducks in the row. Some of the how can I say it? How can I say this, man? Not necessarily the do's and don'ts, but some of the things that helps becoming a good successful single parent.
I don't think anybody, first of all, I don't think when you have a kid, nobody sets out to be like, damn, I can't wait to be a single parent. But if it happens, if it happens, you first of all, you gotta, if you cannot take care of yourself, then obviously you cannot take care of another human being, right? So you gotta, I don't know, time management is something that you gotta know. You gotta have a lot of empathy. You gotta have a lot of patience. Appreciate you. Patience is a motherfucker. I don't know. You just always gotta be ready for whatever, because I'm telling you, like, these kids will literally you will have, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You will literally have those moments, like, every 20, 30 minutes with these kids. So you just got to have patience. Got to try to see things from their lens as well. Like, you know, don't always, because of, like, okay, so I want to say maybe last year, sometime last year, I get a call from my daughter's teacher, right? And I was like, this is weird. You know, my daughter's not a troublemaker. Why is our teacher calling? Fuck it. Your daughter is not, she's not causing problems, but she's not letting the other kids learn. So I was like, what does that mean? She's not being distracted, but she's basically trying to teach. Or so I'm like, so okay, so what give me an example of what's going on. So let's just say my kid is trying to show Johnny how to do some math problems. Johnny's not understanding it the way she understands it, and she's mad at Johnny because Johnny should have been got it 3 times ago, you know? And so I think she's being overly helpful, and which made her teacher be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I just have to say, hey, at that point when my daughter is like that, when she's like that, give her ass some more fucking work. Yeah. Give her ass some more work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just like, you just gotta. And then when I pull my daughter to the side, I'm like, well, what's going on? She's like, Daddy, like, I don't know. They should get it. I'm like, hey, everybody's not as smart as you, man. Like, that's why you're in school. You gotta learn. Just because you got it on the first time doesn't mean he or her is gonna get it on the first time. That's why you're in school. You have to learn. So if you're gonna get mad at him because he doesn't know it, then you need to not even put yourself in that situation, because the teacher is taking it as like you're being disruptive. Yeah. And that's not really being disruptive. You're just too smart for your own good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is, it's not a problem, but like, I don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, so you just got to see things like from their perspective, you know? So don't try to just like, oh, well, just because a teacher called me, yeah, oh, she's automatically in trouble, or don't automatically whoop her ass or put her on Punisher. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta have empathy and, you know, try to see things from their point of view. Because at one point you was that age too. So, you know, you just gotta try to look at it like that, and then parent the best way you can from there. You know?
Because it ain't no rule book to this shit.
No, it really ain't. It ain't no rule book. It ain't no how to. It ain't no YouTube videos. It's really trial and error. Yeah. It's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Because every kid is different. How this kid reacts to discipline may be different. How this kid reacts to discipline. Like a form of like, okay, well, this kid likes to draw. Take his art pencil. That's discipline right there. You know, I don't know. It's just different rules, different circumstances.
I tell you what, I was that kid that when it came to, say, getting in trouble with my parents, I never did the same thing twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say if I stole something, you know what I'm saying, out the store or something, and, you know, I got called or somebody told my dad, it wasn't going to happen again.
Right.
After my dad admonished me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'd never done the same thing twice. You know what I'm saying? I always figured out, now this dude don't play behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, before she passed away, she was like, last thing I wanted to do was my mom to call my dad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because before she even got to my dad, she called my brothers, nephews, all the males. So I had to go through this chain of discipline. Mm. You know what I'm saying? And last thing my dad wanted is for this woman to call him about any goddamn thing. Because my dad was how could you say, he wasn't a loud dude. He was real cool. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the type that, you know, like got real mad. But man,
when he got mad,
not necessarily when he got mad. Don't fuck with this woman.
Right. That
go for anybody. Look, man, my wife, don't give her no problems. You know what I'm saying? You're better off giving me the problems. But this woman, don't give her no problems. Man, anybody who gave that woman problems, whether it was me, somebody outside, something like that, that's the only time like my dad showed his ass, man. You know what I'm saying? So last thing that I wanted to do as a kid was like tick that woman off. You know what I'm saying? But when she passed away, you know, my dad still had to work, so even with all that he installed in me, I'm still in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not at home. I'm literally like, I can say that outside of my dad raising like the streets raised me too, because shit, once school start, bro, I probably not see my dad till maybe 11 o'clock that night. So after school, I was smart enough to do all this. I ain't got no homework when I got home. Everything is done at school. You know what I'm saying? I'm finishing all my work faster than everybody. Whatever we got for homework, I'm finishing it right there in class. Or I'm making sure before I get home, I'll go to the library before I get home to just make sure everything is done, dog. So soon as when I get home, all I gotta do is put these books up and go. You know what I'm saying? And just be back in time before Pops get home. You know what I'm saying? Or make sure ain't in nobody's sight while I'm out here doing what I do that ain't gonna be able to go back and tell my Pops. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I always say, man, back to what I was saying, man, we most definitely, especially these days, these both parents in the household, man. You know what I'm saying? Or a two-parent household, most definitely. And one thing about going back to these statistics, man, statistics show, and you can go Google this, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The numbers might be off a little bit, but they don't lie. You know what I'm saying? That being raised by a single father is the same as being raised by a two-parent household. Being raised by a single father gets the same results as being raised in a two-family household. And the reason why I think one of those statistics are valid is because the discipline comes from the man. The discipline. See, women, if you don't watch them, like today's women especially, man, like what the women from my generation, you know, the older women from my generation, if you went outside a certain way, dressed a certain way, you was a hoe automatically. That's what they was calling you, or they'll tell you stay away from that type of individual. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see today's women letting their daughters that are in high school, junior high, dress provocative, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that their daughter beautiful. You want her dressed in the same fucking shit you wear. You know what I'm saying? At a very young age, man, you don't know what the hell is out here just because it didn't happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You don't know what the hell is out here just because it didn't happen to you. You don't know what lies out here, man. It's real shit out here. It's
super
real
fact.
Shit out here, man.
Especially what happened a couple weeks ago with I'm not finna say his name, but with that situation,
it's real shit.
It's real shit. So
it's real shit. And the thing is that young girls are impressionable. Like a lot of niggas can get the girl without doing what he doing, that he did. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is just a little cash, bro. Here and there. Because I can be honest with you, bro. I was one of the little niggas who would go, they be like, Crown, go such and such, and tell them to give me $20. Nigga, we in high school. This nigga 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? This nigga already got a child 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Nigga 25, 26. Tell the nigga I said give me $20 and like a 3 for $5. I pull up my bike, say, such and such said she need $20 and three joints. Man, tell nobody I gave her that. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and get it back. I want my $5 and I want my joint. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I want my $5 and I want my joint. The rest yours. You know what I'm saying? She's like, but I was doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not really knowing what's going on, but today I see what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all, if y'all don't pay attention to what's going on around you, your child will get into that, man. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, it won't even be forced. It just be a little finesse. And then some of these daughters already see what you're doing, 1 minute this nigga in the house, 1 minute this nigga in the house, 1 minute and they seeing what type of nigga you got on, you bring it home, you know what I'm saying? They'll go out there and get them a nigga like that at that age. They'll push up on a nigga. I'm telling you, this is what I know. I watched this myself. Not the nigga pushing up on them, but them pushing up on the nigga to where a nigga say, well, fuck it. It's what you want. And there it is. Even, bro, check this out, man. Last week we was talking about safe prisons, man. And I was talking about, you know, how, like, some of the dudes was in there, you know, fucking with young girls and shit like that, right? Nigga, you go to visitation, the girl that he's in the penitentiary for is at visitation. Coming to see this nigga. Faithfully, every week. Every week, faithfully. Coming to see the nigga that the mama, you know, said did this and did that to her. You know what I'm saying? She there every week. And then, not only that, sometimes they even married a nigga.
Crazy.
They even eventually, when they get like 21, 22 and shit like that, mind this happened in 15 years, this nigga been in there all this time. It's 7 years later, she 22 now. You know what I'm saying? She done married the nigga. He got to register when he get out for dealing with this girl, but they married. This shit, it's crazy. That's why I say it is crazy out here, man. And that was one of the reasons why I said, I asked you how important it is for AK to know that, hey, I'm the man in your life.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
super important.
And all fathers need to be like that with their daughters, man. You know what I mean? Because all the time it ain't that nigga that's preying on your daughter. If you don't take care of your daughter where daddy's supposed to shit, she'll go prey on a nigga to get what she need. Because they way faster than what they was when I was young. They way faster than what they was when I was young. Man, I remember before I went to prison, I took my sons to the shrimpery. Went to the shrimpery one time, right? And this little white girl walked up on me and tried to holler at me, man. And I was like, I got somebody for you. And I went and got my son, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm too old for you. She's like, well, how old are you? I told her how old I was. She's like, man, I didn't even think you. Oh, I thought you like 19, 20, something like that. Like, no, I'm such and such, but I got somebody for you. And my son ain't nothing. She was probably about 15, 14, 15. My son ain't number about 10, 11, you know what I'm saying? But I know my little niggas, you know what I'm saying? I know my little dudes, you know what I'm saying? They really into girls. Especially that Dominique, when he was young, he was into girls, you know what I'm saying? I got somebody for you if you want to talk to somebody, but what I'm saying, it goes back to what I'm saying, like, if you daddies don't pay attention to y'all daughters, if y'all don't be in their lives just as much as y'all sons' life, man, somebody will be in their life. And that somebody ain't got to be the one doing the pursuing. Your daughter to go pursue that shit. You know what I'm saying? And another one of the reasons why I was asking you about the things that you try to instill in the AK and things like that is because we bring the discipline. We the ones who don't let our daughters dress like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, she not wearing that shit.
Fuck
Take
no.
that shit off of her. You know what I'm saying?
Right, goddamn.
You know,
now.
the mother think it's all right because it's what girls wear. No, that's what mature girls wear. She's not mature yet. Don't be sending her out here amongst these fucking wolves. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
One time
Actual factual.
me and my sister was talking a couple of weeks ago. It was mainly about the situation that just happened. And I was telling her, I said, you remember when I got out of prison and you had posted that picture of my niece in her bathing suit and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And I told you, take that shit down. And you was like, man, it's just a picture. I'm like, no, take that shit down. She's like, y'all remember that? I go to explain it to her because of where I've been. And a nigga waking up in the morning, working in the library, and I got these fucking sex offenders sitting on the fucking bench in the morning watching Hannah Montana and That's So Raven making all the fucking sexual noises that you make when you fucking dealing with a grown ass woman or you dealing with a woman, you know what I'm saying? And man, that shit fucked me up.
Right.
It fucked me up so bad that I'm hard on my female friends when it come to their daughters, man. Mainly if you're really close to me, man. I be like, man, don't do that shit. Don't let them wear that shit, yada, 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 because of what I seen inside of there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that what's inside of there is out here. Way more. way more.
Way more.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful, man. We really do got to be careful when it comes to raising these children. You know, and going back to what you said, co-parenting is very important. It's very important that, you know, whatever disagreements you or the other parent may have, man, that y'all, for the sake of this child, y'all learn to put that shit to the side.
To the side and like, work through it.
One thing about me, man, is like, even though, you know, I had kids with 3 different women, man, those women know they can call. And once they call and say, this is what the fuck I need to do, I need to come do this, I need to come do that, I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. I ain't never argued with, like, or get into it, like, real tough with any of the mother of my children. Because 2 things that I knew, I stayed with one of them, the other 2 got my kids. I'm not with them kids every day. I'm not the one dressing them every morning.
Right.
I'm not the one giving them their breakfast every morning and shit like that. So when it comes down to them needing daddy, I don't have no excuse.
No
bro.
excuse.
I have no excuse. So when they said some Creon, come pick Jasmine up because he's being here, or Creon, come pick Dominique up, or Creon this or Creon that, man. Look, okay, I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what I was doing.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna go do what you say. I'm not supposed to have no beefs with the women that got children by me, man. Right. I'm not supposed to do that, man.
And that's the way I try to be too. Like, even though me and my baby, I'm not gonna say baby mom, me and my daughter's mom, we don't see eye to eye. When it comes to AK, we see eye to eye. But other shit, miss me with it. But if she call about AK, I'm coming. About AK, straight up. And like I said, I know some niggas that live around the corner from their kids and won't even walk goddamn to go see them. Man, type shit.
I witnessed that shit for myself. Like, avoid the whole street.
Exactly.
I argued, like, when I'm with a woman, right, and she got kids, man, and I noticed the nigga that not coming around, man, and she like, I don't let my kids see that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I be like, no, man, let him get his kids, man. I don't care what y'all been through. Let that nigga come get his kids, man. I'm here. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Nothing.
I'm here. Whatever support you feel that you need out of him, I'm here for it. You ain't got to worry about none of that shit no more. Let that nigga see his kids. I don't give a fuck if it's once a month or the nigga come every 2-3 months. Whenever he come, let him have his kids. You know what I'm saying? And I was told, okay, Crown, I'm going to do what you say. You're going to see for yourself. And I witnessed that shit for myself, man. And I was like y'all just said, not even right around the corner, my nigga. Across the fucking street.
That's even
nigga.
Worse.
Across the fucking street from her place of business. Nigga, right there. You pass by every day. It got so bad that one day, man, we was coming out my store, and I was like, there go y'all daddy. Nigga, they ran and hid.
That is not funny, but that's fucked up. I didn't mean to laugh, but that's fucked up.
That shit is
fucked up.
They ran and hid, bro. Wasn't no manipulation in this. Wasn't no mama in their ear with this because she ain't. The whole time I've been around, she ain't never been in their ear or call a type of bitch nigga, hoe nigga, shit like that. Like that. It was just a bunch of failed promises. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And she told me these are the days that he gonna come around. It was just like she said, man. It was just like she said, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, them type of individuals, I don't have sympathy or empathy for them.
Neither do I.
You know what I'm saying?
Neither do I.
Whatever you going through with your kids, if they decide to not fuck with you no more, then that's on you because I witnessed the shit for myself. Because there's not one female that I've been with that has a child that I did not argue for the baby daddy. That did not stand up for that nigga, man. Even though the nigga might have not liked me, even though the nigga might have talked behind my back or something like that, nigga don't even know. Oh ass nigga, I had been in your corner the whole time. I always have been, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just see the shit for myself. And that's when I
You have
decided
to
to
wash
be
your
daddy.
hand. Yep.
That's when I decided to be okay. Y'all can call me daddy. I don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck anymore. Y'all can call me daddy. Man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never told nobody child to call me daddy or nothing like that. I've never done that. They chose it on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I watched those type of things happen, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really, really wonder why, man, an individual with great children, y'all missing out on something.
Missing. But yeah, so that's why it's so important to me. Not only just to be there for my kid, just for my nieces as well, because they also are in a single parent household as well, you know, and it happens just to be my sister. So, you know, so I really take pride in being a stand-up man for that reason. Just, you know what I'm saying? Because I really take pride in making sure that my nieces and my daughters both know that, like, hey, I'm cool as fuck, but when it's time, like, I'm gonna be on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I just try to instill in my girls.
Even though when my mom passed away, as I got older, like my dad, when my mom passed away, I was 9, getting ready to turn 10. My dad didn't mess with no woman, but I don't know if he messed with a woman, but he ain't bring no woman around me until I was 21. And sometimes I think back and wish man, Dad, I wish you'd have had somebody in your life. You know what I'm saying? While I was growing up too, so I could see. I have great memories of him and my mom. You know what I'm saying? But I wish he would have had a relationship so I could learn more. You know what I'm saying? The dealings of a man with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I just had women in my life who were good to me. That from my aunties and stuff like that, my sister, who I was telling just like my mother, you know, those type of people in my life that, you know, I've learned to go through the motion of how you're supposed to deal with the woman and how you treat with a woman. But I had wish that I had also growing up into, man, that feminine aspect in my life too, as well, man, because I did miss that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even with your aunts and stuff like that, or your uncles or whatever, there's so much they can teach you. They can never teach you what your mom and your daddy can teach you. You
Big
know
facts.
what I'm saying? So
big facts.
Yeah, man.
Big facts.
With that being said, is any little message you want to leave out there for the single parents or anything like that?
Of course, everybody, we all give kudos to the single moms out there. And they definitely deserve the kudos, but it's single dads out here too doing their damn thing.
And that was one.
You know what I'm saying?
That was one of the reasons why I wanted this sit down, because I wanted to let them know that, say, man, dudes do this too.
Yeah, we do this shit for real too.
Don't get it twisted, man. You know
we
what
do
I'm
this
saying?
shit for real too. So shout out to all my single dads out there, single fathers out there who are actually active, not them motherfucking Facebook ass, social media ass parents. No, the ones that are really actually active in their kids' life. You know, doing things. You know, I do a lot of shit in the community, so I be seeing you niggas with your kids, and I be seeing you niggas with not your kids. But that's none of my business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you living right. That's all I can say. And shout out to the single dads, man.
Yeah,
shout out to this. And it's Father's Day. It's Father's Day month, so we celebrating.
It goes to I know y'all seen that post before where the women would post up if a man was if gave these men their kid, I bet they fold. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Shit. A lot of y'all won't get them kids up because y'all want the benefits that come with that motherfucker. If it was no benefits coming with that shit, I bet y'all get them kids up, man. Bet y'all get them kids up. Want no more benefits. And say, with this man in office, y'all better get prepared because with child support now, I don't know if the law is passed, but he's passing the law that if If you're receiving child support, you can't claim the kids no more.
Oh yeah.
The man get to claim the kids. If the person that's paying child support are the ones that get to claim the kids. You know what I'm saying? They're cutting down on the SNAP, the EBT, the Section 8, and all that type of stuff. All the benefits
September 1st.
that you freeloading ass mothers, not you mothers that's out there going get it, you mothers that's going to get y'all nurses degrees and all this type of shit who's really trying to do something with their life and shit like that and turn up for real, you know what I'm saying? We talking about you lazy motherfuckers. That's what we talking about, you lazy ones. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Who just been living off of nigga pockets in the system for 15, 20 fucking years.
Facts.
You still don't want no job. Facts. Or you work a job that only pays low enough to where you can still reap the benefits of the benefit. Say, man, that shit is getting ready to end. What y'all gonna do then? You gonna wish you had a nigga. You gonna wish you was a man with you. But you done did yourself so in. We done seen you at the club popping it on everybody. Man, nigga not finna take you to meet mama, man. Niggas not finna take you to meet mama. We'll pull your hair. But we ain't even take you to meet mama. You know, man, y'all better get it together.
Man, look.
Better get it together, man. And you know, like you say, man, this is Father's Day month, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I was at the we ain't having it this year, but I was at the rooftop last Father's Day. Y'all ain't showing no love. Y'all ain't showing us no love, man. Say nigga is tired of getting draws and deodorant, man, for Father's Day. We need that same love that we passing out on Mother's Day, man.
Mama, bruh. And I don't want to have to cook my own goddamn meal. I don't want to have to barbecue what I'm about to eat. I want to kick it. But yeah, we out here, man. Shout out to the single dads, man. We out here. You know what I'm saying? Cree, you out here doing your shit too, man.
I'm trying, man.
You out here doing your shit too.
I'm trying, man.
Shout out to all the single fathers out there, man. Like it's rough, but like it ain't that rough. Like it ain't that tough. It ain't that tough where you can't be there, where you can't fucking just be a dad. Like
yeah.
Being a dad is not hard. You niggas just weak.
And if you niggas is missing in action, man. If you missing in action, man, go make amends with your baby mama, man. Sit down and talk to her, man. Get y'all differences out the way, man, and be in your kids' lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Be in your kids' lives, man.
Is awesome.
Yeah.
Kids are awesome, bro.
And to you single mothers, man, don't be so bitter, man. Get that nigga a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as he trying, man, that's the best thing you can ask for majority of these niggas out here, man. It's the least try, man. Mm-hmm. I see y'all working, man, but don't get it twisted. I see y'all taking care of y'all business, man. But at least give a nigga a chance to get, to get his foot back wet with his kids, man. Because, there's two sides. There's always two sides to every story, man. And I always recommend that, if you grow up with one parent and the other one ain't there, when you get old enough, go get the other side of the story, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Just go get the other side of the story. That way, you can find the peace of mind that you need. And with that being said, man, thank y'all for tapping into another rendition of Man Look. I got my boy Big Bell in here. Yes, I got my crew in the back. Skateboard P. Hey. Alex Martinez. You know what I'm saying? My boy Freak, man. And the host with the most, DJ Lil King. You know what I'm saying? Association with the Riding High podcast, man. Y'all tap in next week, man. We'll be talking about I'm having a guest on here next week who had an addiction to fentanyl. And was homeless at one time, and we're gonna talk about that, man. The how can I say the addiction of it, man, and addiction period, man. So y'all tap in next Thursday, man. Inshallah, we be with y'all, and check us out. Peace.